What are you doing up there? Yeah? Do you know that I'm just about to start cleaning that thing just to get everything ready? Huh? You know you're being a pest. Hmm? Come on, boss. There you go. That's your spot. What's wrong, boss? How you doing? I think I need to increase that. Well, first thing I'll be doing is actually the bacon roll. So how are you two today? Maybe if I move the microphone it'll be a bit easier. Let's see, come here. No, the stroke will come later tonight, Grub. It's just that you'll be able to feel your arteries hardening when you see the amount of bacon that I'll be using. Oh no, I had the microphone in the wrong spot. See, now I should be louder. I think I'll have to zoom that in. No, there probably won't be all of it. That's 3 kilos of bacon, not ham. Okay. They're bacon rashers. They're not actually... No, that's... Shoot! Oi! You're a pest. Yeah. You said the evil word. Yeah. Oh, hey, go away! That's ham. See how it's a lighter colour? And... okay, down here. That's... ham off the bone. She loves ham, I don't know why. That's why I should have called her Ponyo. There you go. You're a sook. The main aspect of what you want from this is you want to get a couple of decent rashes. Yeah, just use the other. This is gonna hurt. Oh well. There is going to be 6 people tonight, so there's going to be a lot of it eaten. You're a sook. Okay, let's see what the rashes are like. That one can get cooked. Need solid rashes. Looks like they split the eyes in the rashes. That's not too bad. That's just a standard 20cm kitchen knife. That's... Okay, this is going to be a bit trickier than I thought. Oh well, we're going to have to plan B this. Take a bunch of these. But anyway, first things first, I need to crisp up some bacon before I get started on anything else. Normally what you'd want is actually solid rashes. These aren't solid rashes, even though they're sold as such. So I'll have to actually do a plan B. But they'll work. And I won't be using it all. There are ways around it. It's just going to mean I'm going to be using a lot more barbecue sauce. Pork mince, 2 eggs. A cat that's hunting for ham. Let's see, salt, pepper. Where's the breadcrumbs? They are just there. Where's the lettuce? These are what lentils look like if you're still there to be. You're a sook, you know that, don't you? Do you want more ham? Still need to get the screen a bit so I can see it from back there. I know where it's from. While I'm getting those crisp up, I'll get the base of it going. The idea is this part is basically a meatloaf. So you want eggs, breadcrumbs as your bonding agent, salt and pepper to your taste. But you don't actually season it like you would at a normal time. Normally with most of your meatloafs you would actually season it this time. But I won't be seasoning it because I'll be using the peppers as well as mixed herbs and other things when I flatten it out. And let's see. But the key imperative at the moment is just to get those as crispy as possible. That way you get the crunchy bits mixed through. You're a sook. Now I have to wash my hands again. Sucker. A little cheat trick if you want to keep your hands clean. A bit of dish soap in very hot water in sink. Really get your hands very clean. If you guys could smell it, that's really good bacon. Okay. This is pork mince. Because it's not a normal thing that you would actually get. It had to be shipped up in vacuum sealed packs. The basic... but have you ever had the smell of really good bacon? That's what I mean. Oi, shoot. No? You're a pest. You're not meant to be up here. Go away, cat. You have to be the center of attention, don't you? And again with the hands. That's the unfortunate thing. When you're coming to meat, you can't skimp on it. It's probably the most expensive part of any part of your diet, but it's also imperative that you actually get the good quality stuff. If you skimp on it, that's where a lot of problem arises. Okay. I'm not going to use this in there because see how it's got a discoloration through there? I'll make that for my own food, and I'll make do with the 1.5 kilos I've got in there. I would eat that, but I don't trust other people's health to it, because I'm not making this just for myself. That's where you have to be very, very careful. If it's something that you can make for your choice yourself, it's still good, because it was packed at the same time as this stuff, but it's a bit iffy to cook it. Well, so that I'll actually overcook that, just to make 100% sure that there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. A lot of problem that a lot of people do when they're using eggs, they'll just crack them straight in there. Not a smart idea. Always have a container to actually crack your eggs into, because you could get rotten ones. Unless they're eggs yourself, and you know that they're fine, never put all your eggs into the container you're using. What? I used to be able to do 4 at a time by doing 2 in each hand. That's what that had. So you're basically just splitting it and then forcing it open. Well, when I've done mixing this through, I'll show you. I should be wearing my sling, but that's not a smart move at the moment, because I will be using this hand a bit. But the reason why I put the eggs in first, a lot of people put the breadcrumbs and the eggs in at the same time, but sometimes the mince you're using is actually thicker. And if you put in too much breadcrumbs, you're going to need to add in water or more eggs to actually get the consistency you want. See, that's sloppy, but I won't need to put very much breadcrumbs in to actually make it into the consistency that I want. Because when it comes to making product, it's not the actual... With all food, you can follow recipes, but recipes are only a guide. It's one thing that people don't get. The idea of using a recipe is to give you a basic idea of what you're meant to put in there for the ingredients, but because ingredients change, I've only just started. All I've done so far is put some bacon on to get it crispy, and then started talking about what I'm doing with this. This is why I should be wearing my sling. You can see the difference between my hands. You can see how this one's all swollen and gone red. It's starting to go purple. So I should be wearing my sling, but I can't really do it properly if I wear my sling. Yeah, it's... Wash your face so you don't go everywhere. because of the damage that's been done through that thing, as you can see with the blood vessels and nerves have been compressed in my shoulder because of those screws. The bar goes from there all the way to there. And any time I'm moving, I'm literally just stabbing myself, so that's just fun and games. Oh yeah, I only just started, so wait till it's done. Then after this, I'll be doing some stuffed bell peppers. Normally you'd use rice for stuffed bell peppers, but I'm using lentils because I'll be using celery, tomatoes, which go better with lentils than it does with rice. The reason why I'm stiffening this up, same thing. Their proper name is bell peppers. Capsicums are usually referred to red, but their actual proper name is bell peppers because they look like a bell. I don't know why they're called capsicums. I never actually looked into that. Okay, this has now got the consistency of a dough. That's sort of what I want. Okay, now I can let that rest. See, if you get a good one, it looks like a bell. They're good bell peppers. Probably. They're also called paprikes, but that's because the idea of paprika. What's the matter, puss? No, I don't know where that came from. Hey, Frozen. As with all fruit, berries, and all other flowering plants that actually grow some sort of fruit, anything that you can actually pick that's the female, because that's where the seeds actually come from. And congratulations, Frozen. The germinated flower turns into the fruit that you eat, whether it's a fruit, a pepper, or any other sort of fruit, any other sort of food that you can eat. If it's a flowering fruit, it's very, very rare for it to be naturally pollinated, because it has to be pollinated, and then the female actually turns into the part that you eat. The part where it's male and female difference is actually in the flowers, and only in the flowers. Some flowers are hermaphroditic. Well, that's not the correct word, but it's the easiest way to describe it. A lot of flowers have both male and female parts. The bumps on the bottom are just difference. It's the same thing with anything. You can select it or not select for specific traits. Because they're full of shit. It's a story that goes around. It's just anyone who understands where food comes from would basically go, what, you're talking out of your ass. Anytime that you get food off a plant, the part that you eat is a female. The difference between a male and a female in the plants exclusive is it's a malformed idea, because there is no real difference in the plants. They don't actually reproduce sexually, so there's no actual aspect of what you can call male or female. The aspect is one has the pollen and one has the fruit. And when they're pollinated, they actually turn into it. It's... yeah. It's just a lot of species actually have both producing parts within the flower. Look it up. Look where any sort of food-producing plant comes from. And you'll see, when you look at the flower, there'll be parts which produce pollen and the parts that accept the pollen. No, again, that's incorrect. Because the pollen produced in the same flower doesn't actually... it can't inseminate itself, it can't pollinate itself. Asexual reproduction is things like meiosis and mitosis. Or it's another way to tell people to go fuck themselves, but that's something else. Again, that's a misinformation growth. It's just a way to explain it easier for people. It's why when you learn basic ideas of flowers, you hear about male parts and female parts. But in reality, there is no such thing as the aspects of that, because the aspect of a male and a female is based on the gender, which is based on visual characteristics. Flat cat, anyone? No, it's not asexual, because like I said, flowers can't self-pollinate. Budding is more along the lines of asexual. The idea of asexual reproduction is first it requires a sexual reproduction, and because plants are not actually sexually produced, because they propagate in a different manner. seeds are actually different to zygotes. Yeah, they're still eukaryotes, but that's just going further into it. An easier way of putting it is the only things that can actually sexually reproduce to be asexual or bisexual or anything else along those lines first has to fall within the clade of animal. And because plants do not fall within the clade of an animal, that sort of excludes them from actually being sexual reproduction. That's why it's called pollination and not insemination. Look it up. All the information is there. You look through. All you need to do is just basically go through all the clades of where taxonomy resides. Nice and crispy, but I don't want much of the oil in there, so. Now I want to cool it down quickly. All good. I'll be here for about an hour or two. Oh, bugger. That's your fault, Cat. Okay, you wait there. No, you can't have one now. It's too early. Why'd you have to knock these off this morning? That was annoying. No, it's just an electrical stove. I would much prefer a gas one, but that's just me being me. It depends on the state you're in, Sarah. What? Do you want a treat? Is this what you want? Are you sure? What do you headbutt me for? Does that basically mean faster? Heyo. There you go, you suck. When it comes to gas stoves, in Australia, it's more of the it's more the availability of gas. With places like Victoria and New South Wales, they've actually got gas pipelines to houses. Same with most other cities. Here we go inside. The next part of it is up here in North Queensland, we don't actually have gas pipelines through many of the places. So we actually have to get large bottles of gas to actually maintain any gas appliances. It's just it's a lot more expensive than actually if you had access to a pipeline. No, house there was just renovated. It was a two-story house. The people over there, there we go. That house over there is actually having its roof replaced because it was water damage back in February when we had a monsoon. Well, basically it is. Similar sort of environment. It's just an ugly golden thing anyway. Oh, bugger. What did I do wrong? Right. I'll fix this. You're a sook. Okay. Working again. Will you get off? Yes, you. The reason why I wrapped this up is to take the oil and throw it in the freezer to snap cool it down. And the other part is, now I can do this. Rather than cutting it up. Well, I've got to make sure my fridge is running, but then make sure it doesn't run away. Because I grilled it because I fried it until it was actually very crispy. So now I get the crispy bacon. Oh, that's good. How the hell does that work? No. You're a pest. Have you had your cutlets now? Sure, look out the window. There you go. And happy now you can stick your beak? There. You're a pest. Now I'm gonna wash my hands again! Maybe I should put a hand washing counter for every time I need to wash my hands. A lot of places use palm trees because they're cheap. For Christ's sakes, cat, will you... Shoo! You are a pest! Give me a home among the gum trees, with lots of plum trees, with sheep or two and a kangaroo, the clothesline at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair. that sort of thing. Bin. My memory doesn't go back decades, so I could always sing the dirty version. Well, I'll be doing roast pig once. Because one of my old, long-time viewers has... I love Vegemite, but I don't have it as long as it has that halal sticker on it. Because I'm not paying for other people's religious beliefs. I don't know if you've met Jazz. You've sometimes heard him in the background. Then it will be two of my neighbours, Tony and Mick. Oh, this is for dinner. Because it's going to take about 3 or 4 hours to cook. So you're not going to see it finished. But there we go. As you can see, it's got the consistency of dough, and it has bacon shards all the way through it now. Yep, I fully intend to. And it was good seeing you drop by anyway. Anyway, this is a little bit of a cheat way of doing this. The reason why you line it with the aluminium foil, it's going to make it easier to roll up later. Don't mind me just beating the meat on camera. Well, Bob, you know what they say, you are what you eat, so that sums him up perfectly. It also might explain why he's such an ass sometimes. now here is where we start adding seasoning. That gives you the nice square layer of it. These are cheap ways to do things. It's the same. You can do the same thing with a meatloaf. It gives you a different sort of consistency. But here's where I'm going to do things different. Sliced Hungarian ham from the delicatessen just down the road. No. No. You're going to get fat. No. Hungarian salami. Ugh. Goddamn, you are a pest. Do I have to lock you in a room? No, that's sliced salami. It's not salami. It's hot Hungarian salami. This thing has a kick and a half to it. See? It's actually proper salami when you... It moved. Because somebody's on the end of it actually moving it around because she wants to get my attention. Yes, it was. Well, so far I've called her pain, pest, annoyance. This part is not unnecessary. This is just something to give it a little bit more flavour. I can understand the bunnies, but I'm just trying to understand the chickens. Why would you be hypnotized by chickens? Unless they're chicks, which are not chickens yet. I disagree with that. That's more of a Queenslander thing. And feed babies to dingoes. Don't forget that one. Okay. Why are you sleeping there? Oh, I love that. Hey, Bob, you weren't going to tell anyone what I did to your mother last night. God damn it, puss. Yes, you. Camera just goes that way. I thought he was Danish. Yeah, I'm bad. I use crack stuff. I don't use pre-prepared. Well, it is early. No, he's up early, Grub. And there we go. There's the start of the log. When it comes to, all you should say is guys, girls, and grub. I'll get the bacon out first. Oh no, I still need that. That should be alright. Bob, you've got to realise, to have shame is what is needed before you can actually go to the shame corner. That's why he just sits in the naughty corner. Yes, boss? I just call him a soulless entity. How you going, Kingsy? Hey Sarah, as we all agreed upon, you are what you eat. That explains a lot about grub. This is just a simple glaze of barbecue sauce and honey. It's lazy, but it works. What you normally do is get full rasher bacon and actually make a lattice. I can't do that with this, so I literally have to make this stickier than I normally would, which is why I used more honey. You're gonna fight me for her. because this is already divided, I'm just going to take all the eyes. That's the eye of the bacon. Because they're not real rashers, unfortunately. And I'll use the rashers for... use the back bits for other things. A little bit disappointing, but oh well. That's basically minced bacon. How you doing, Cheesy? Put the stuff back into there. That I can use. That's too minced. The downside of actually getting high quality bacon is you never actually get full rashers. Don't say that, Grub. Make me want to stab them. No. Okay, here, you can try it. You're not getting any more after that. Well, you turned your nose up at it. With Cheesy, he just has eaten too much red licorice, so his vodka blood has turned to raspberry vodka. Yeah, that's why you bleed raspberry vodka. Yeah, they taste amazing. Great with a little bit of garlic. That's true. I thought you would have a bear one, Cheesy. Don't know why Lucas changed that. That's the thing. There are so many different species of spiders called a golden orb-weave, and they're all actually different species. Okay. Yep. You sleep well, DJ. It's mostly the web that's the impressive part. One log ready to cook. Unfortunately, you won't, because it won't be ready until 7 o'clock tonight. That's 120. And that's now ready to go into either a fire pit, which is the preferred way. It's bigger than I normally would, but for a lot of people. Or an oven at 120. For about 4 or 5 hours. You turned your nose up at it, so it's your fault. I'll be doing the bell peppers later. Because now I'm very sore after doing that. I was hoping to do basically that, then the bell peppers. I didn't expect it to knock me around so much. But there you go. That's the bacon log done with a couple of bypasses to make it actually work properly. That will be ready in 5 hours. But anyway, I will be back at my game streaming later. Oh. I'm just going to take some painkillers and have a bit of a break because, like I said, I didn't expect that to knock me around so much. I can't rest because I've got it in the oven, so all I can basically do is just have a relax. You gotta remember, Cheesy, I've got 22 kilos of metal in my body, so I know I pushed myself too much. I should have been better, but I couldn't help myself. I want to get stuff done. But anyway, I will catch you all later. But if I don't, I wish you the best of luck. Dust for done, you all.